Nana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Pramanande Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudhiraye Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevayam Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistake. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very meant to concurs one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author, by regular attendance in classes on Srimad Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service unto the pure devotees of the Lord, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental song is established as an irrevocable fact. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 4, Text 9 to 12. Chapter entitled Hiranyakasipu Terrorizes the Universe. Yatra Vidruma Sapana Mahamarakatha Buha Yatra Saptika Kudhyane Vaidoryam Stamba Pantayam Yatra Chitra Vithanane Padmaranghasanani cha Paya Pena Nibasaya Muktadama Parichadam Kudhabe Nupure Devya Sabdayantya Itastatha Ratna Stalisu Pasyanti Sudati Sundaram Mukham Tasmin Mahindra Bhavena Mahabhavo Mahamana Nirjita Lokahekrat Reme Bivadyangari Yugha Suradibi Prataptir Urjita Chandasasana. No, okay. Maybe each of you can recite one verse.
Yatra Vidruma Supana Mahamara Kathapuva Yatra Spatika Kudyani Vaidurya Stamba Pantaya Chitayani Padmarasa Chanisha Paya.
Okay. Yatra, where? The residential quarters of King Indra. Vidhruma Sopana, steps made of coral. Mahamarakatha, emerald. Bhuva, floss. Yatra, where. Spatika, crystal. Kudhyane, walls. Vaidurya, of Vaidurya stone. Stamba, of pillars. Pantaya, lines. Yatra, where. Chitra, wonderful. Vithanani, canopies. Padmaraga, bedecked with rubies. Asanani, seeds. Cha, also. Paya, of milk. Pena, the foam. Ruba, just like. Saya, bed. Muktadama, of pearls. Parichada, having borders. Kujadbi, jingling. Nupure, with ankle bells. Devya, celestial ladies. Sabdayantaya, making sweet vibration. Ita, tata, here and there. Ratnastalisa, in places bedecked with jewels and gems. Pasyanti, see. Sudati, having nice teeth. Sundaram, very beautiful. Mukkam, faces. Tasmin, in that. Mahendra Bhavane, the residential quarters of the heavenly king. Mahabala, the most beautiful, powerful. Mahamana, highly thoughtful. Nirjita, Loka, having everyone under his control. Ekara, the powerful dictator. Reme, enjoyed. Abhivandhaya, worshipped. Angri Yuga, whose to feed. Surahadibi, by the demigods. Pratapite, being disturbed. Urjita, more than expected. Chanda, severe. Sasana, was ruling. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The steps of King Indra's residence were made of coral. The floor was bedecked with invaluable emeralds. The walls were of crystal and the columns of Vaidurya stone. The wonderful canopies were beautifully decorated. The seats were bedecked with rubies, and the silk bedding, as wide as foam, was decorated with pearls. The ladies of the palace were blessed with beautiful teeth and most wonderfully beautiful faces, walked here and there in the palace, their ankle bells tinkling melodiously, and saw their own beautiful reflection in the gems. Demigods, however, being very much oppressed, had to bow down and offer obeisances at the feet of Hiranyakasipu, who chastised the demigods very severely, and for no reason does Hiranyakasipu lived in the palace and severely ruled everyone. Purport. Hiranyakasipu was so powerful in the heavenly planet that all the demigods except Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu were forced to engage in his service. Indeed, they were afraid of being severely punished if they disobeyed him. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has compared Hiranyakasipu to Maharaj Vena, who was also atheistic and scornful of the ritualistic ceremony mentioned in the Vedas. Yet Maharaj Vena was afraid of some of the great sages such as Birgu, whereas Hiranyakasipu ruled in such a way that everyone feared him but Lord Vishnu. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, Hiranyakasipu was so alert against being burnt to ashes by the anger of great sages like Birgu that by dint of austerity he surpassed their power and placed even them under his subordination. It appears that even in the higher planetary system, to which people are promoted by pious activities, disturbances are created by asuras like Hiranyakasipu. No one in the tree world can live in peace, prosperity without disturbances. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksoranmalitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadotam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Visakan Vitamscha E Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vande Nantarbhutaiswaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopyat Prasadarshat Bhakti Sastra Pravartakam. So here we are continuing our reading on the subject matter of Hiranyakasipu terrorizes the universe. Somewhere or other we are able to see the demoniac qualities of Hiranyakasipu. Even the demigods were very afraid of him, and except Lord Brahma, Indra and Lord Vishnu, somewhere or other he has engaged everybody under his service. And Prabhupada writes in the purport, no one within the three worlds are living with peace and prosperity or without any disturbances. So this is the situation of the material planets. Somewhere or other, knowingly or unknowingly, we have chose to come to the material world. We were hoping that we'll be having a very great time in the material world. Somewhere or other, after coming here and going through different kinds of tests and tribulation, different kinds of challenges of life, different kinds of miseries are forced upon us. Somewhere or other, those have got some intelligence, they realize material world is not a place for an intelligent person. That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishna Sangopangasra Parsadam Yagya Sankirtane Praje Vyajante Purusamparam. There in the Kali Yuga, the only process to revive our Krishna consciousness, only process to become free from any kinds of miseries is to chant the holy name of the Lord Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And those people who are intelligent, they will take up this process of Krishna consciousness. The rest of the people in the world, somewhere or other, they are like a Hiranyakashipu, carried away by the bodily concept of life. Somewhere or other, they have taken the sense gratification of the world as their goal of life. They are not able to understand Krishna consciousness. That has been mentioned by Prahlad to his father. When Hiranyakashipu inquired from Prahlad Maharaj where he has learned Krishna consciousness from, then Prahlad, to his father's question, he answered, that is there in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 30. He says, Matirna Krishna Parato Sotova Mito Bipadyet Griya Vartanam Adanda Gopir Visatam Tamistram Puna Puna Charvita Charvananam. Prahlad Maharaj told his father, those who have decided that the goal of human life is the sense enjoyment, for them they will not understand Krishna consciousness by their own endeavor or by the meeting with different kinds of people. So this situation have arisen. Prahlad Maharaj told his father, those who are chewing the truth, always they are gratifying the same thing, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. They think this is the goal of human life. And they try again and again to gratify their senses with the same process somewhere or other. They think this is your goal of life. Prahlad said they will never understand Krishna consciousness either by in the association or either by their own endeavor. So we have to understand. And in the next verse in the Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 31, Prahlad says, Nate vidu swatam gadihirim vishnum durasaya hartamanina andaya dandir upanyamanam tepisam tantraya ivar. Prahlad says that, my dear father, those who are blind in this world, they do not know the ultimate goal of human life is what Lord Vishnu, engaging in his service. And without knowing this, they've been blinded in this material world. And they've been followed by other people, just like one blind leads another blind. Then in the 7th canto, chapter 5, text 32, Prahlad told his father, he said, Naisa mati swat tava purangaram me, that is pasati anartha pagamosi artha. Mai asan pada rajobhiseksham niskinchananam yadyavirta vritta. Prahlad Maharaj told his father that, my dear father, that you have to go to Vrindavan and seek for the lotus feet of Krishna. And then you also should surrender to the devotees of the Lord. And they can help you to purify your life, because the devotees of the Lord, they don't have any anartha in their life. Anartha means unwanted things. Anartha means contamination in their heart. The Vaishnavas are generally, they're very pure, they're very selfless, and they can bring in the changes into the world if they desire so. Normally Vaishnava, they are not happy by seeing the unhappiness of the other people in the world. So they know only way the entire world can be happy by being sheltered at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. In this way, the Vaishnavas take all the trouble to sacrifice your own life to somewhere or other connect people into Krishna consciousness. The Prahlad Maharaj told you, surrender unto the Vaishnavas because they have no anartha, they don't have any selfish interest, they don't have any kind of unwanted things in their life. In this way, within the material world, nobody is really happy. Somewhere or other, a lot of competition is going on among the human beings. Who can be better than others in this world? There is competition between people to people. There are competition between nation to nation who can become superpower. In this way, they do not understand. Instead of competing what they can gain in this material world, they should be competing how to serve Krishna in their life. The competition cannot be removed from the heart of the living being. The desire is coming from Lord Krishna himself. In the chapter 7, text 11, Krishna says, Balam balavatam chaham kama raga vivarjita dharma viroda bhutesu kamosmi bharatar sabada. Kama, the desires, whatever with the desires we are having in our life, that originally coming from Lord Krishna himself. There is nothing wrong that somebody wanted to enjoy in the material world. Only thing is that they should not go against the principle of dharma, the word of the Supreme Lord, for your selfish interests of this world. You should live happily in this world, and you also should let others to live happily in the world. Because you wanted to be happy, you should not try to destroy the happiness of other people. That is what is going on at the present moment in the world. Prabhupada says generally the devotees, they don't compete among each other in the material world because the devotee's goal is nothing about this material world. Devotee's goal is Vaikuntha. So they are trying to do their best to go back to Vaikuntha, who can serve better and the service of Lord Krishna. Because devotees have got no any goal in the material world. They are not interested to conquer Germany. They are not interested in conquer the European Union. They are not interested to conquer, whether it's the Russia or Ukraine. They are not interested in anything to conquer in this world, but they wanted to conquer the lotus feet of Krishna so that they can go back and solve all the problem of life. Somewhere or other, without the help of the devotees, nobody can do this thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Aya Sadhu Sangha Krishna Prema Janmatin Ho Aya Mukhya Hanga. The only hope for the world is Krishna. And the bhakti towards Krishna only can begin by the mercy of a Vaishnava. Anybody's bhakti is only they got opportunity, they are being selected, they are practicing Krishna consciousness by the mercy of another Vaishnava. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, in the beginning to gain bhakti, one must get the mercy of a Vaishnava. And while they are practicing bhakti, they should remain in the association of the Vaishnava. And Krishna Prema Janmate, even they have attained the prem of Krishna, still they never give up the association of the devotees. They always remain in the association of the devotees. In this way, Vaishnavas are the only hope for the better transformation of the world, for the solution to the problem of the entire world. Unfortunately, instead of having hope on the Vaishnavas, Krishna consciousness, people having a hope on all other things. They've got a hope on their dog, they've got a hope on their cat, they've got their hope on the politician, they've got a hope on their girlfriend, their wife, their husband, they've got hope on everything else in the world except Krishna. So that is why they're having a great problem. There was a dog living in a rich man's house, and sometimes the gate of the house is open, the dog can freely run away from there. No need to be under the of the master. Somewhere or other, one street dog is going around freedom, enjoying everything. So one day the street dog told this dog living in the rich man's house, the gate is open, anytime you can run away from here. Why you wanted to be under him? You are free to move around. The world is very big. Why you wanted to be under him in his place, in his house? The gate of his house is open, you run away from there. But the rich man dog says that, no, I don't want to run away because the master, the owner has made a promise. What is the promise? That his daughter is in love with the driver. So the father, the rich man, is not happy that his daughter is loving the driver of his car. So the father one day told the daughter, you listen to me, I will never let you to marry the driver. Even I can let you to marry my dog in the house, but not the driver. So the dog says that he promised that maybe you'll marry his daughter to me. So I'm hoping that one day it will happen. There is hope against hope. Somewhere in the material world, we got a great hope. Just like Hiranyakasipu, he was in a great hope that he will live forever. First of all, when he met Lord Brahma asked him, what benediction do you want? And he said, Dasyasi abhimatan varam tvam varadottamam bhutabhyo tvad vishnebhyo mriturmabhun mama prabhu. In the Canto 7, Chapter 3, Text 35, there is there. Hiranyakasipu asked Lord Brahma, give me mrityu mabhun, that I will never die. Brahma said, that is not possible. I myself have to die one day. How to give you that benediction? You ask something else. And he manipulated the same benediction. He asked in a different way. Nantar bahir devanaktam anyasadapi chayudaya na bhumau nambare mrityo na nare narmirheriva. If that benediction you are not able to give me a benediction that I will not die inside the residence or outside the residence. Not on the ground or in the sky, not on the daytime or night time, and not by any weapon created by you or by any living being, human being or animal. So in this way he got all this benediction. But he doesn't understand that anybody who born in this world, they are very sure to die. He doesn't understand. The Srimad Bhagavatam beautifully mentioned in the Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 3. He says that, Deha Patya Kalatra Desu Atma Sanyasi Asadvapi Tasya Pramata Nidanam Pasyan Apina Pasyati. Pramata means a crazy people. He said the crazy people, they are seeing in front of their own eyes that people are dying in the world. Every day we are seeing so many people are dying. But his pramata has become mad for sense gratification. He is thinking that everybody will die here except me. That is what even Yudhishthira Maharaj told Yamaraj. Yamaraj asked him, what is the amazing thing in the world, most surprising things? And Yudhishthira says, ahani bhutani gachantya yamalayam sesa savaram ishanti kimasyaryam adaparam. He said, every moment the souls are floating to the house of death. Every moment there are people dying in this world, but a foolish person thinks that he will not die. This is the most amazing things in the world. Is there anybody not dead today in Cologne? There are so many people are dying, but we are thinking everybody will die. So one time devotee asked Prabhupada, how can I become a good devotee? Prabhupada says, if you know that you can die today, you can become good devotee. If you know that today we can die, are we going to do anything bad things in our life or to others? We are not going to, trying to divorce our wife. If today is the last day we are living in the world, are we going to divorce our wife? If tonight we're going to die, 10 o'clock if we're going to die, are we going to go take the trouble to go and see the lawyer and to apply for divorce? We are not going to think about divorcing our wife. We are not going to think about opening a new bank account. We are not going to think about putting money into the share market. What we'll be thinking? We'll be thinking how to close the business. Whatever property we have got, how to distribute to the family members. And whatever people owe us money, how to collect it back, how to inform all this information to our family members. So when we know that we are going to die, we are not going to start anything new. We are not going to try to make any trouble to anybody, to ourselves. And we will try to prepare somewhere or other, whatever way we know, we will try to prepare that by 10 o'clock, I have to make sure that I've settled all those things. So if anybody knows they're going to die today, they will never think about bad things to do to others. So Prabhupada says that if you know that you can die at any time, even today you can die, and Prabhupada says you'll become a good devotee. Only we are in illusion. We are not knowing that any time we can die. Prabhupada said that worries me so much. Very important. A devotee, every day morning when we wake up from the bed, we bow down on the floor first. Bow down to thank Krishna for he has given us another day in our life. And we bow down to Krishna's mercy that this day may be go on well without forgetting him. So in this way, devotee, when they get up, they bow down to the Lord for thanking the Lord for giving him another day in Krishna consciousness. But otherwise, there are many people, they go to bed, they never wake up next day morning again. They are dead and gone. So devotees are able to bow down because they are conscious of Krishna. In the chapter 10, text 34, Krishna says, Mrityu sarva harasaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam, that I am the devouring death in this world. So if you know that Krishna's another form is death, if you remember Krishna all the time, you also never forget about the death. Why we are forgetting about the death? We are thinking we're going to live for a long time because we are forgetting Krishna at every moment. That's the only trouble is coming here. Why we are put into a different kinds of trouble and difficulties? Because of forgetfulness of Krishna. People are becoming angry, people are becoming frustrated, people are cheating others, people are manipulating the material energy, the people for their selfish interest. Everything is happening in this world only for one reason. They do not know why they are not able to control their anger. They do not know why they are not able to control their lusty desire. They do not know why they are not able to control the attachment to the material world. They are not knowing why they are becoming very envious of other people. For all this problem of life, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said there's only one reason why you have become a bad fellow in the world. Why you become bad? Because of there's only one reason. Mahaprabhu told to Sanatan Goswami, Krishna boli se jiva anadhir bahir mukha ateva maya tere deha samsara dukha. Because you have forgotten Krishna in your life, then now Maya, the illusionary energy, have captured you, and you're going through different kind of miseries of life. Why? Because there's only one reason, that you have forgotten Krishna. Because of forgetfulness of Krishna, that we've been put into a different conditional life. By the mercy of His divine grace, as the Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we have got this great opportunity, this one lifetime, not even one lifetime. For some of us, we only got quarter. I'm 63 years old. I joined the Hare Krishna movement when I was 21 years old. Now I'm 63 years old. January 5th next year, I will be 64 years old. My horoscope, normally in the Indian family, when the child is born, they call an astrologer, they write the horoscope of the children. So my horoscope is written by 3 astrologers. They said I will die at the age of 83 years old. And I strongly believe in that. Because in the horoscope, astrology is one of the Veda Anga. If right people have given you the information. So I got another 18 years to go in this world. It's not very long time. And out of that, I may have another 10 good years that I can walk around, move around. And after that, the last 10 years will be a more difficult time, walking and moving and talking of anything. Maybe some people become bedridden, they cannot move anymore. So our life is not, about, half left. Most of us, we have got quarter only left. And for some people, half life may be left. Prabhupada says that, many lifetimes you are wasted. Jalaja Navalakshani Stavara Laksha Vimsati. There are 8,400,000 species of life. 900,000 that live, in the water aquatics. 2 million as a plant and tree. 1.1 million insect and reptiles. 1 million different kinds of birds. 3 million four-legged animals. And 400,000 human species. After being, aquatics, after being, plant and trees, after being, insect and reptiles, after taking birth as a bird, after taking birth as four-legged animal. Now, after 8 million species of life, now we got the human life. Prabhupada says you already wasted 8 million lives. So why you want to worry about you're going to lose half, of your life here if you think that Krishna consciousness is not working for you or will not work for you? A reporter asked Prabhupada, you've been talking about Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha. When you die, you go to Vaikuntha. I want to ask you one thing. Let's say when you die, you go there is no Vaikuntha exists. So what you will do? Are you still will be Hare Krishna? Prabhupada says, I still will be Hare Krishna because Hare Krishna keeps me peaceful. Hare Krishna keeps me happy in our life. And I got a lot of prasadam mercy from Krishna. So while being in here, being Hare Krishna, I am happy about my life. So whether Vaikuntha is there or not, there is a secondary subject matter for me. I'm already living in Vaikuntha. So when the devotees came to see Prabhupada, the Sankirtan devotee, the pujari, the cook, they came to see Prabhupada. They asked Prabhupada, what makes you more happy? Because the Sankirtan devotee, they were thinking, Prabhupada says Sankirtan is the best, activities. If you distribute book, I'm very happy. And the pujari thinking, Prabhupada would say that, the deity departments are very important. The cook been thinking, Prabhupada would say that, cooking for Krishna is very important. So they were in a great expectation that Prabhupada may recognize their service much more better. When they ask this question, Prabhupada says that, when you become Krishna conscious, that makes me very happy. So whatever we are doing in our life, we are not Krishna conscious, that is not even going to make ourselves very happy in our life. So in this way here, Hiranyakasipu is in a great trouble. Even with all these material opulences, he is always living in a great anxiety, because he doesn't understand that above him there's a supreme master is there who controls his life. He was always thinking how to have an immortal life, eternal life. But that is not possible in the creation of Krishna. Everyone who has taken birth, they're very sure to die. There was a time that Lord Ram's father, Dasarath, King Dasarath, he arranged one big feast for all the demigods to come and participate. So in his palace, there all the demigods, they came to enjoy the feast in the house of Dasarath, King Dasarath. And when they were coming, that time on the fencing of the palace, one crow was sitting there. And that time Yamaraj, he also came to participate in the festival in the Dasarath palace. When he came in, he saw that the crow was sitting on the fencing of the palace of the king Dasarath. And looking at the crow, and Yamaraj began to smile. Just like, if a thief, staring at you, you may be a little bit reluctant, you may be a little bit frightened. What this guy is going to do to me? If a policeman is staring at you, you may be also thinking, why is staring at me? Are they going to do their job or what? So yeah, Yamaraj was looking at crow. The crow got frightened because crow knows Yamaraj only takes people's life. So now he's looking at me, maybe I'm going to die soon. So Yamaraj looked at the crow, he went into the palace for the feast, for the festival, and the crow started to cry because the Yamaraj already noticed him. So at that time Garuda came, who is the king of all the birds. Garuda saw that the little brother, the crow, is crying. So Garuda asked the crow, why you are crying? He said, no, just now Yamaraj, when he passed by, he looked, he stared at me and he smiled. I think my last minute is coming, I'm going to die. Yamaraj is going to take my life. So Garuda said, don't worry, Yamaraj is inside, in the festival, he's trying to enjoy the feast. By the time Yamaraj comes out, I will take you from here. You yourself, you cannot fly very far from here. You're a very small bird. But there's one big mountain far away from here, big forest. I will take you there and leave it there. Yamaraj cannot catch you. So in this way, Garuda picked up that small crow and then went and left it in the forest, a mountain far away from there. After that, Garuda came into the palace for the participating on the feast festival. And when Garuda and Yamaraj looked at, Garuda, and then Yamaraj began to smile at Garuda. So Garuda asked Yamaraj, why you are smiling at me? And that time Yamaraj says, no, when I was coming in, I saw your small brother, the crow was sitting on the fencing. And I was looking at him, I was smiling because today is the last day for him. He has to die. But then I was thinking, is in the mountain very far away from here. I was thinking how he's going to fly all the way there. So he made it very possible for me. So in this way, that however we try to avoid the miseries of life, is not possible to avoid, because the very material creation is made with miseries and nothing else. The chapter 8, text 15, Krishna says, Mam upetya punarjanma dukalayam asasvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gatam. that material world is temporary place and is full of miseries. A Brahma Bhuvano Loko Punarhavartino Harjuna Mamupetyantu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyat. In the next verse, Krishna says that even Lord Brahma, the highest, being in the highest planet, even they have to go through the miseries of this life. And in the chapter 18, chapter 8, text 17, Krishna said that Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Vido Ratri Yugam Sahasransam Teyo Ratra Vido Jana. Even Lord Brahma, who is living for long duration of life. The Sahasra Yuga Paryantam means that Brahma's one day, that is that 1,000 ages times with 4 yuga. Like a Satya Yuga has got 1,728 days. The Treta Yuga has got 1,296 days, and the Dwapara Yuga has got 864,000 days, and the Kali Yuga 432,000 years. All these years of calculation, like Satya Yuga 1,728. That is the duration. And the Treta Yuga 1,296 years. And the Dwapara Yuga 864,000 years. And Kali Yuga 432,000 years. All these things times 1,000. That is the day of Brahma, equal also the night for Brahma. In this way, Brahma's one day is about 8,600,000,000 years, one day of his life. And his total duration, Brahma lived for 100 years, and the duration is that he lives for 311 trillion. 40 billion years Brahma lives. And even he says, Brahma is not happy. Bhuta Gramam Sayevayam Budva Bhutva Pralayate Ratri Agama Vasaparda Prabhavatir Aham Agame. In the chapter 8, text 19, Krishna says, when the Brahma's daytime comes, all the living beings coming into existence. When his night time comes, that all goes back into the life again. In this way he said, Parastasmasu bhavonyo vyakta vyakta sanatana yasat sarvesu bhutesu nasyasya vinasyate. All this material creation are temporary, full of miseries. But beyond this material creation, there is my eternal abode is there, which is transcendental to all these places. And that one place never deteriorated, never annihilated. Even all other creations are annihilated. So we all are looking for eternal life. Nobody likes to die. True or not? Nobody likes, even the devotees don't like to die. But if anybody don't want to die, and people don't like to grow old, they don't like to become diseased, so all those things is not possible in Germany. Is there anywhere in Germany, one place you can show me that this place you go and reside there, you will never become old man. There's no old age, there's no disease, there's no death. Everywhere, either it's a Germany, either it's a Poland, either it's a Holland, either it's a Switzerland, or either in the remote part of India, wherever you go. Nobody can escape this conditional life. And Krishna said, Paratasmastu. If you really wanted to become free from birth, old age, disease and death, he said, there is another place beyond this thing. There is my own abode. Whoever goes there, never return again to this miserable material world. So in this way, today we are reading in the purport, Prabhupada says that no one within this three world are having a good time here. They are not peaceful. Somewhere or other, all in a great trouble. So try to understand this thing and be serious in Krishna consciousness. And Krishna consciousness is not dependent on you. You are dependent on Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is not dependent on you. So you got this opportunity. Make your life, success and happy and peaceful. Don't blindly follow what the politician, what the scientist, what the karmi out there they are proclaiming to be, the best. All of them are not happy, not peaceful. They have become very restless. That is why there are all kinds of problems in the world. Today's world, the children never work, the family never work, husband and wife, combination never work. Anything you take, everything is failure at the present moment in the world. That is only because of one thing, that is forgetfulness of Krishna, who is the creator, who is the maintainer, who is the annihilator of everything in the world. Krishna creates, he owes everything in the world, but we are having a false proclamation, we are false, proclaiming that all these things are ours, so there is not going to be happy in the life of a thief. So you are blessed to be a devotee, tolerate few difficulties. As long as you believe in Krishna, you will have a place to stay, you will get prasadam, you will have a devotee association, and move on with your life and take the next step, whatever Krishna brings into your life. And importantly, that Krishna has got plan for you and is in control. You're not in control of anything. You cannot even control your own urine. So how to control anything in the world? It's just like Hiranyakasipu, it doesn't understand. So thank you so much for being here today. Anybody got any questions or any doubts here today?
So, according to what I heard and what I observed, some decades ago, there were a lot of people joining ISKCON, Krishna consciousness, and somehow after Prabhupada disappeared, slowly kind of went down, how many people come and seriously practice. So, is this because Prabhupada disappeared, or what's your opinion about this? Why did it decrease so much, to find people who want to...
But Prabhupada says that, how many comes to Krishna consciousness, how many lives Krishna consciousness, don't be surprised. How many remain in Krishna consciousness, that you have to surprise. To be a devotee, you should become free from the mode of ignorance, mode of passionate, and you should uplift your life to the mode of goodness. And slowly you should transcend the modes of nature. So joining, creating anything in the world is easy. And destroying anything also is easy. To create a baby in the world is very easy. Just one night stand with the woman, you get a baby. And to kill the baby, destroy the baby also very easy. Just throw somewhere in the well or in the sea, or very easy. But to maintain the baby is not easy. That you need lot of good quality, patience, tolerance, forgiving and everything. So Prabhupada time that, there are many people join, that is purely because of the purity of Srila Prabhupada himself. And slowly that, Prabhupada has, engaged them in the service of Krishna, and everybody, with great faith and trust, they follow every single thing spoken by Prabhupada himself. So Prabhupada says that, purity is the force, book are the basis, preaching is the essence, utility is the principle. Somewhere or other, everybody were very focused in Krishna consciousness in that manner. And slowly as time passes by, somewhere or other we might have, some devotee would have diverted to, something other than Krishna consciousness. In the chapter 14, text 26, Krishna says, Mam chayo vyabhacharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityeja brahma bhuyaya khalpate. To overcome the maya, the material energy, one should be constantly, you should be remaining in Krishna consciousness. Through to, maybe some diversion, through to some, a leadership issue, through to, some other thing. But ultimately, if somebody lives Krishna consciousness, they should blame themselves and nobody else. Because very reason you come and join Krishna conscious movement is not because of any other people. Now we are, few of us here. We do not know each other before coming to Hare Krishna. Tulu, do you know anybody here before you became a devotee? Anybody were your friend before? None of them your friend. So you have not known any of these people before becoming devotee. That means you have nothing to do with them. You joined because of your own decision. Like I joined Krishna consciousness because I wanted to learn about God. So I joined very reason because I was working in an office and I had all the Christian friends. They've been forcing me to go to church. And I wanted to go to church because I wanted to learn to love God. Because I was being a Hindu, nobody told me about our religion. We just go and do some ritual, pray to God and come back, but we do not know the deep, understanding of the philosophy of, our religion. So I joined the Hare Krishna movement to learn the religion. I've not joined because somebody else have joined the Hare Krishna movement. So I've joined because of my own reason. So when I wanted to live Krishna consciousness, I should, should not look into a reason outside of myself. I've not joined because of these people. So anybody not doing well in Krishna consciousness, why you have to take them as a prime, model? They are not a role model. So you have to understand, you go to some houses, nowadays the young people, many houses, they got some, the pictures of Michael Jackson, the pictures of Madonna, all these people like a role model for them. The children rooms you'll see, all the drug addict, all the womanizers pictures will be there. They never put their father mother's picture. The father mother picture never become a role model for them. They're idiots, The father mother working hard, they sacrifice their life, they give everything for the children. They never put father mother's picture as a role model. They put all the womanizers, all alcoholic, So in this way, somewhere the problem with those who are living Krishna consciousness, they've taken wrong people as their role model. They should be taking, the gopis as their role model. They went through so much of insultation, so much of, test and tribulation. Even one time Radharani told Krishna, my dear Krishna, there are many women, girls are going to the Yamuna river, nobody talking about them. When I go to the Yamuna river, everybody talking bad about me, all because of you, Krishna. And even people talk bad about me, I don't worry what they talk, but I only wanted to love you, I only wanted to see you. So in every situation, there are devotees, they stayed in Krishna consciousness. The Rupa Goswamis, they should become our role model, and Prabhupada should become our role model. When a reporter asked Prabhupada, after your departure, who will take care of the organization? Prabhupada said, nobody is qualified to take care of the organization. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally, he will take care because this is, his organization, his movement. So like that and all, that anything happens, in the chapter 13, text 21, 22, Krishna mentioned that karya karitritve etu prakriti vichite purusa sukudukkanam bhaktritve etu vichite purusa prakriti stoi bhankte prakriti jangunan karanam gunasangasya sat asad yoni janmasu. Krishna says that whatever happens outside you, the material world, he said the nature is the cause for whatever happens outside you. But whatever happens inside you, he said you are the reason for whatever happens inside you. Good and bad comes according to your association. So we should be a good gentleman, take the responsibility of whatever happens in our life. When the good time comes, you point, I'm the reason. When the bad time comes, you point at other people's reason. There are people came to Krishna consciousness, they try to be a devotee, they're not able to remain as a devotee due to, strong, pushes of senses, due to wrong association, due to, not properly, committed to Krishna consciousness. There are many, many reasons that, people have come and left. But you must know for what reason you have come to Hare Krishna. It is very, very important. Why you have come to Krishna. I've been in the organization for 41 years. I went through, I've seen, in and out and everything. I got very good story to tell you about, the organization. I also got very bad story to tell you about the organization. But, I'm not, administrator of the organization. Prabhupada did not give me the organization to take care. So there are Prabhupada has given to some other devotee. They are doing their job. Whether they are doing right or wrong is, only Krishna can answer. Whether I'm being a good devotee or bad devotee, only Krishna can answer. So in this way that I see is that I've given a different responsibility to play as a devotee in this organization. I'm trying to do what responsibility I've taken in my life, and always I think that how to become a good devotee. And as I said, I've seen the both good and bad, but in any organization, anywhere you go, the world is filled up with good and bad people. So there are many kinds of people are coming into the organization. Some are very seriously wanted to practice Krishna consciousness. Some, not even know why they're hanging around in the organization. Some, not even interested in Krishna consciousness. There are kanistas are there, madhyam devotees are there, there are uttama, advanced devotees are there. So you have to, properly choose the right association, and you properly respect other people. They have tried, they are not able to do it, and what is the problem here? Krishna says, those who are failure, he says in the chapter, 6, text 41, he says, Propya punya kirtan lokam usidve saswati samasuchinam srimatam ge. Yoga brista bhujayate. Krishna says the unsuccessful devotee, next life they'll be born in a devotee family or aristocratic family, they will continue from where they left. So there is no loss at all if anybody come to Krishna consciousness. Somebody come in and gone. So probably that we have lost the kind of a confidence, the kind of faith, the kind of enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness due to our own shortcomings and nothing else. And if we look at, there are devotees who, they've been here for a long time. They always, go out and do their job. They happily practice Krishna consciousness because, they don't worry about other things happening. The material world, the danger are there. Anytime, anything can be happen to anybody in the material world. We all are trying to be Krishna conscious. And by the mercy of the devotees, by the mercy of, Krishna himself, we are able to, continue. So now you have to know how to remain as a devotee is very important. Prabhupada said the devotee at least once a year they should go to Mayapur, Vrindavan to recharge their battery. I come to the Western world, the Europe world. If you ask me to stay here for a long time, I will bloop. I will go to Karmi life, I think, because nothing is here. When I'm coming to Europe every day, I'm counting my days I can live. The weather is not favorable for your bhakti, isn't it? Even they called it, then now this time it's the summer. But I don't feel the summer is there. One day is summer, next day you go into winter. The weathers are fluctuating, changing all the time. And when you go out from here, nobody interested in what you are doing. Everybody thinking you are crazy, that, they also do not know what you are doing. So everything you see in the Europe world, nothing is favorable for Krishna consciousness. Like you go to India, you go to Asian country, everywhere you see temple, even is a karmi, they go to temple, they go to mosque, they go to church. Somewhere there, the spiritual energy is there in Asian country and in India. So those places, so favorable to perform your devotional life. But in Europe, it's not that favorable, not that nice. I was thinking this morning, how you people come to Mangalarti winter time. So difficult, but somewhere or other, some I know they are doing it. So in this way, you need an extra, you have to be extra cautious, about, your spiritual life in this part of the world. And to do that, you have to have a very strong, attachment and association among the devotees. You cannot be isolated. You got to come together and help each other. Slowly, when the devotees are happy and peaceful here, and slowly it will attract other people to come. And those who have come, they never leave. Prabhupada says your temple should be like Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means no anxiety. So if you put the society, the temple into anxiety, slowly, one by one, they will leave the temple. So we have to keep, that atmosphere. Do what you can do, not to, take too much pressure, which, you're not able to do. Not everybody will be like Prabhupada, that, take one bag, without, money, go to America and sit under the tree and chant Hare Krishna. It's not possible for everybody to do. But at the same time, if you wanted to remain as a devotee, it's very easy. It's very easy. Nobody force you to go out to sell books. Nobody force you to go out to collect money. Normally they see what you can do. You said, I like to do puja. They let you to do puja. There's a beauty in ISKCON movement that, no, I wanted to sit and chant Hare Krishna. Okay, sit and chant Hare Krishna. I wanted to wash pots. I wanted to cook. And somebody wants to travel, So there is great opportunity in the organization. According to your capacity, you can practice bhakti. There is no hard and fast rules and force in the organization. Nobody forces you, that you must go and collect money for me, you must go and distribute books. They do some encouragement for us to do, but at the end of the day, it's up to us whether we wanted to go and collect money, fundraising or whatever, So like that and all that, we have to look into the positive side of Krishna consciousness and always truly see that the very purpose we have joined the organization, what is the purpose? And always you remind yourself and, bring back yourself into the purpose why we have come to Hare Krishna movement. You have not joined the Hare Krishna movement because of the GBC. Did you join the Hare Krishna movement because of GBC? You have not joined. You joined because of the temple president? No. So why you joined?
Got association.
You got association of?
Some devotees.
So why that association kept you going up to this point?
Very nice people.
Very nice people. So you joined because thinking they're very nice people. So you stick to that point. Never now don't think they're bad people. When you join, you thought they're good people. Always think they're good people. That thought made you a devotee. So always you think they're good people. Everybody is good when you're good, Everybody is bad when you're bad, nothing else. Krishna told in the 6th chapter, text 26, Yato yato nischalati manam. He said, wherever the mind wanders, bring it back under your control. And then he says, in the 6:20, 9, he says, Sarva bhutab samatmanam, sarva bhutani chatmani, iksate yoga yuktatma, sarvatra samadarshana. Krishna said, easy way to keep your mind under control. He said that when you see me, you see everybody in this world, see them inside me. When you see them, you see me inside them. Sarvatra, everywhere you see me, he said your mind is controlled. Is it difficult? When you come to Krishna, you see your family, you see your friend, you see everybody inside Krishna. When you go outside and see everything else, you see in everywhere, whether you are entering the shopping center, whether you are entering, anywhere, you see Krishna inside everywhere. So you never fall down. You're conscious of Krishna all the time. Only thing when we forget Krishna, we don't see Krishna, then, we're having a difficult time. So there may be some reason why, we may not doing that well, which, revivable. We can do very well. But at the same time, we have to understand, when Prabhupada preached, started to preach, that was in 1965. The situation of the world and the people, everything was totally different than today. So you have to study the market. Very importantly, that you are not dealing with hippies and drug addicts. Nowadays, very hardly to see, the drug addict and hippies in the street. Isn't it? People are with a different, mindset, they're moving around. So it's not about hard way of preaching, it's a smart way of preaching. It's not about hard way of working, smart way of working. It's not hard way try to make money, smart way to make money. So all is about, the IT they talk about, a smart way of doing things in the world. So you have to study the market, and accordingly you have to take Krishna consciousness to the people. Today I found the preaching in Europe and Western countries very, very easy compared to the Asian country. Because people, you go to the street and sing and dance, people look at you, something new for them, and people, like so much of music and dance, people can relate something to you, There's somewhere that I found the people, they're frustrated. In the European country, Western world, the white people, they all are frustrated about life. They're not happy about anything in the world. They've enjoyed everything. They have seen the woman, they have seen money, they have seen everything. They enjoy it, and they are still looking for something. They're not finding what is that. So they are like, EP. They don't worry about anything. They're not attached to the family, not attached to anything. They wanted to move free. But in the Asian country, people are attached to family, attached to money. They're still, very, strongly they are going to find some material happiness. But here people said enough. That's it. How you're able to have, so many young people here? Because you traveled around, you are matured, you have seen many things in your life. So, but, there I found that, people like peace. People like, a nice food. People, they like, a bit of, comfortable lifestyle, So if we can create that environment in our temple, I found, I was going to Zurich, Switzerland for some time. So when they were doing one program, there were Tamil societies, the Tamil devotee. So last time, many years ago, they do one program, one Sunday feast. That means the European and the Indians, they join together. And slowly, the European devotees dwindle. The Indians, crowd become more bigger. But somewhere or other, now they have changed, that for the Indian devotee, they do separate feast, Sunday feast. That is 12 o'clock they start. And for the European devotee, they start at 4 o'clock. So now the crowd is both, side, the crowd is, quite, big. For the Sunday, for the Indian crowd, they like more rituals, more deity worship, and they like, they are kind of, a prasadam, spicy and all those things. When the European group, they're not into rituals, they're not into deity worship, they're not into spicy food, but they're more into, for when they enter into the nightclub, the lights are, switched off, So that they do in the Switzerland, 4 o'clock we do the lecture, finish, 5 o'clock they go and take food, 6 o'clock evening, they enter back again into the temple, they, close all the curtain, off all the light, they light up a candle, and beautiful bhajan they do. And they sit and enjoy, relax, and then there, 7 o'clock they do the deity greeting. After that, they like to dance, Then after that, they give hot milk, some hot puri. They enjoy everything. So the people in the European world, they like Krishna consciousness, but they want it in their term, not your term. Your term is responsibility, but they don't want responsibility. Why European country, why marriages are failing, what family are failing? Because they are fed up of responsibility. They cannot take responsibility of woman, a man. They don't want responsibility of children. They want to be free. But in the Asian country, the family, congregational preaching is big success in the Asian country because they like to be in responsibility of, family, temple and everything. So you have to try to study the market and, you practice to yourself. When you are happy doing it, and others will come in. They see you are happy, there's no anxiety here, they can remain and the organization can go very big, grow big. If one time the organization is growing, now why they cannot grow? They can grow also. Somewhere or other that, we are not seeing that the time is changed, people are changed, even our own devotees are changed. Those days the devotees, they're totally dependent on the temple. Today devotees don't depend on the temple. They take the flight, they go to Mayapur, they go to Vrindavan. When we joined that time, even I wanted to, go to Mayapur to learn Mridanga. And the president of the temple, he says, 1985, he told me that, oh, going to Mayapur is Maya. Because he wants to keep me in the temple to do some service there. So like that, but today, devotees are more mature, they're reading Prabhupada books, they understand more broader way of Krishna consciousness, and then they, also quite mature to, be in the family environment, take care of the job, take care of the family, and practice Krishna consciousness. In the beginning, devotees were not that broader way understanding about Krishna consciousness. They thought there's the only way, that you join the Hare Krishna movement, and you follow the way. But today they understand as a family man that then I can practice Krishna consciousness, that in my family with my children and I can, once a week go to the temple and join the program and contribute whatever I can, and I can go to Mayapur myself. So in a broader way that it is happening. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that congregation preaching will conquer the world. He says every house should become a temple. So why people become very lazy, even nearby they won't go to the temple. So he said make every house as a temple. That means let them worship the Lord in their house, let them offer the food, let them call their friends and do some bhajan. So in the congregation way we can grow very bigger. But temporarily we may be seeing some difficulty, but you have to understand Mahaprabhu says it will spread all over the world. For next 10,000 years, Krishna consciousness is the only solution for the problem of the world. So the organizations will do very well again. It's only a matter of time that it will happen. So now we have got our commitment to Krishna consciousness. So you study the market, how people will be attracted to Krishna consciousness. So different way you can connect them. In Malaysia, we preach, we try to connect them in a different way. In India, they try to connect them in a different way. And in the European, you have to see, no need to follow Malaysia, no need to follow India. You got your way, people will become devotee by, importantly, we are not trying to introduce, our dress code or culture. We are trying to introduce the holy name of the Lord. We are trying to introduce the association of the devotees. So you have to sit with the devotees and, you have to have a meeting with the devotees that, how to grow very big and nice, how to make the movement very strong, and how the people from outside can be connected. We have to have a meeting and have a brainstorm and see what will work better. The prasadam distribution works better. Nowadays I think many temples are not doing food for life program. They may be doing once in a while, but if you do every day, if you do every day, that people see you every day. People are taking prasadam every day. Prasadam doesn't mean that you have to cook the rice, dal, pakora, alwa and everything. Even one, a small takeaway box of alwa. Even two, pakora with little bit sauce, you go and give, you have got a vehicle, you go and give out, to the people outside. And there, I went to India, this time to look for some mission because I wanted to. You see, I'm 63 years old. I know that, I may have another, 18, 19 years to go. So I wanted to do the best. Next 10 years, I wanted to give the best, for Prabhupada movement. And at the age of 72, 73, I want to go and sit down, settle down in Vrindavan. I want to focus more into my own Krishna consciousness. So I wanted to set, a big, prasadam distribution, I go around different places, there are people give me donation. What I do with all this money? So I thought, use it, in Krishna's service while I'm alive. So I went to India to look for a machine, there's one chapati making machine. They got big and small machine. The big machine makes, 1 hour the machine makes 1,200 chapatis, 1 hour. And there's a small machine makes, about 400 to 500 chapatis, 1 hour. Even you bring that one machine, you do a chapati roll every day with a different, ingredients inside. Every day you can give. So now you come to the term, okay, how about money? Now you have to understand, Prabhupada says Indians are the good friends. The Europeans are the good customers. So these two different you must know. The Europeans are the good customers. The Indians are the good friends. But Indians normally they've been, told to go into a family life. But in the European, nobody tells you, about family life. Whatever, that's your life. So now you take the money from the Indians and you use it for the European preaching. It is very difficult. There are many Indians in Europe. They're everywhere. I was in Netherlands few days ago. I did so many programs. There are many, many Indians, sitting there. And if you got a nice program, you want to do every day, you're distributing prasadam, the Indians can help you. If you're giving, one small takeaway box of alwa, you just tell them this $2 you can sponsor. In your name, you'll split, give it to the people. And they've come from India, many of them. They know that, they're not doing much for their religion. And they know it's good, they're getting prasadam under my family name. And there are certain events, once a year they call the, Pitru Paksha. It's a Mahalya Amavasya, 15 days. The Indian believe that, the Shastra, Garuda Purana says, once a year for 15 days, the Pitru Devadas, the forefathers will be brought to your house. They stay in your house for 15 days. And that 15 days, they have to offer some food and all those things and all. So that 15 days, you can ask them to sponsor. You take, thousands of people will sponsor and you do it, very big. So you should not go around to look for money. There are people who can finance your work. So you just do the preaching work intelligently and let others to, do some finance, on what you are doing. So your preaching work can be financed by other people. So in this way, intelligently, you see, every day you go out with the vehicle and, distribute prasadam. And slowly, everybody knows about us. Slowly, it became very famous here. Even I was in Netherlands, one place I went, and did the program. They said the government gives them, about 300, euro a month, for their food for life. So in this way, I just see there is a way to, make it better and bigger. And you are young men, and you should use your intelligence how to, do better. What others are doing is their problem. They're trying their level best according to their capacity, their understanding, their intelligence. Nowadays, I don't see about other people how they're performing. Now I see what I can do for Prabhupada movement. Individually, how I can bring in the changes into Prabhupada movement. I don't need to go around try to correct other people, But if I change, one or two will change by seeing me, So like that, you have to bring in the changes. And you have to sit and think what I can do for Prabhupada movement. And Prabhupada, Krishna will, will give you the intelligence. He will give you the blessing. The resources, Krishna will give it to you. I've been in the movement. I built 4 temples for Krishna. How I did, I alone, many places I went open center I built because I believe even you put me, in Europe today, within 1 year I can buy one place for you. I will buy the building. Because we've been trained and we've been experienced. All what we have to do, I have to go and talk to the people, that's it. I go and tell them I'm doing this thing, please help me. And somewhere or other, because you're convinced that Krishna will, help you, then people give it to you. It's not very difficult. You have to have a plan. And importantly, the temple financially they should do very well so that they can do a lot of activities. And as I said, there are many Indians have come to this country. They can help you. Even everybody give little bit, they will help you because Indians naturally they like to do something for their temple, for their religion. So they will help you. So all you have to do a good plan and keep yourself happy in Krishna consciousness. And people coming to the temple, see how you can give them your affection to them, and give them some nice prasadam, and treat them properly. They will come back again. So the problems are there. The Kali Yuga, material world problems are there. But every individual can make the difference in every way. So are you ready for making the difference? How old are you now? 27, you see, he's a young man. I'm 63. So I already got money, I'm waiting to die and go. But you're a young man, 27, so, think something for Prabhupada movement that will help, it will benefit the people in this part of the world. But Krishna, your life also automatically will be taken care. Think smart way, not hard way. There are smartest way to connect to the people, true or not? There are many, many people. You go to so many Instagram to YouTuber, people got millions of followers. They all nothing only they're doing. You go all the YouTube and all, you see, millions of followers. You see how these people, millions of people are seeing that, they're bathing the baby, they put in the YouTube, they're collecting the stool of a dog, you got million followers. Amazing. Okay, thank you so much for being here and take care of yourself and be happy in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, you all are going to do something big for Krishna? Krishna will do. You will just be an instrument only.